Hi everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Ankit Gangwani. I am a senior Salesforce consultant at Slalom. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a picklist inline editing field in Lightning Datatable. With the help of Lightning Datatable, you cannot achieve this because picklist is not a supported data type. So to achieve this, we need to create our own custom types. So we will see how you can create custom types for picklist and for some other data types. So let's jump into the org and see how we can achieve this. So these are all the data types which are supported by Lightning Data Table. Picklist is not listed here. So we need to create a new custom data type for picklist in order to display a picklist field in Lightning Data Table. So to achieve this, first we will create a basic Lightning Data Table example just to display some records, and then we will see how we can create a custom data type for picklist. One important thing here is we should not create any custom data type when your data type is available here. Then there is no sense to create the custom data type. We should only create when the data type is not available here, let's say for pick list, for icons, and for other things as well. So let's quickly create a basic lightning data table for now. To create a lightning web component, I'm going to use VS Code. So before I create a LWC, I already created a controller which is basically a case controller. Here I'm going to fetching all the cases from the system, and with the four fields: case number, priority, subject, status. So we will display these four columns into the table. So let's quickly create a lightning web component, and we will gonna name this component, let's say case LWC table, case table with picklist. Okay, so let me quickly copy and paste the code. So first I'm going to import my Apex controller. So here I have imported the get cases, which is get cases is the aura enable method in the case controller. And then I'm going to display four columns in the table. So I need to design four columns here. So the four columns are case number, subject, priority, status, and all the four are text. The displaying is text. And then I need to write a wire property to get the data from the Apex. So here I have written a wire property, which is basically calling my Apex method and getting the data. So once the data is successfully retrieved, I'm going to assign this to the cases array field, and we are going to use these cases in our lightning data table. So let's quickly save this. Let's go to the HTML part. In the HTML, I'm simply using the lightning data table where the data will be available in the cases and the columns will be available in the columns. So we can save this, and I also need to display this component into a tab. You can also display the component in various places, in record page, in a page, but I'm going to display in tab only. Save, and I'm going to deploy this component to my org. I'm getting some errors. Wire. Okay, so I have missed one thing. I also need to define the wire here because I'm using in my code. Okay, so the component is successfully deployed. Let's move into the Salesforce and create a tab record. So my component is case table with picklist. So It is successfully saved. Let's see if the component displays the data. So now see, this is just the basic Lightning data table which displaying the data in a text format. But now let's say we have a requirement, we need a pick list field here so that a user can change the, let's say, priority or status directly from the table. So let's try. We cannot use the type here as pick list because the pick list is not supported here, because pick list is not in the list. But if we, let's say, if we try to change the priority column as pick list, if I am going to deploy this, let's see what happens. It's successfully deployed, and let's refresh this page. Okay, so you can see it's still displaying as a text. It's not even pick list. So now the picture comes where we need to create a custom data type. So to create a custom data type, you basically need one more Lightning web component, and you are going to import the Lightning data table. So this is basically you are going to import all the features which are available in Lightning data table into your custom variable, and then you have to define your custom types. So let's see one by one. It might be a bit confusing here, so let's implement one step by step. So I'm going to create another Lightning web component. So the new Lightning web component to create custom type will be custom type global, and here we need to import the Lightning data table so that we can use all the features available in Lightning data table directly. And we don't need this Lightning element anymore, so I'm going to remove this, and we can directly copy this here. So after successfully importing the Lightning data table, we need to create a picklist HTML where we will gonna display our combo box. So to create a new HTML file, I'm going to click here, custom types global, and click on the plus icon, and let's say custom picklist.html. We can give any name. In the custom picklist, I have to define my combo box. Let's say LWC combo box, and here let's say name will be picklist, label status. Okay, let's leave it for now. And we also need to import this HTML file in our custom types global. So we can import another let's say custom picklist from this should be in our local folder. So it will be custom picklist.html. So after importing the HTML and the Lightning data table, we also need to create the static custom types here. Before creating the custom types, let's go to our main component, which is case table with picklist. Here we need to change the type. So now we are going to create the custom picklist data type. So we can give any name. Let's say type will be, so the field name is priority, so let's say priority picklist. And we also need to include some more attributes. So in the type attributes, we are giving options. So first we need to fetch all the options, like all the picklist options available for the priority, and then the value will be assigning from the priority field, and then there is a placeholder. If the value is blank, then we will gonna display choose priority. So after this, we need to define, we'll copy this, and let's go back to the JS file. Here we need to define the static custom types. And here we need to give the name of the custom type which we have selected at the time of column definition. So this is the type is priority pick list. So let's define priority pick list. And then we also we need to give the template. So the template name is custom picklist. This is basically the name of the HTML file, and there are some other columns as well. Let me quickly copy and paste. So we will gonna use the standard cell layout, and then there are some other type attributes which we have defined, just like the options value placeholder. We can also define the label, but I don't want to display the label, so let's leave it as. And then here we need to give all the type attributes values so that we can directly fetch into our combo box. Then let's another thing is we need to display the label, the values, the placeholder, the options. We don't need this on change for this requirement. Let's remove this. So now the label will be gonna print from the type attributes, so we can say this dot label. If this is confusing for you, so don't worry, it will be clear in the later point. This type attributes is basically, if we see in the main component, we have defined some type attributes. We can also give the label like this. Let's say any label, let's say priority, but I don't want to display any label on the pick list because I already have a column label which is priority. So that's why I'm not defining the label. I only use the options value placeholder. And then if we go back to our custom pick list, so the same way we will gonna display the value and the placeholder again, type attributes and type attributes dot placeholder, sorry, in the custom pick list. And same for the option, type attributes dot options. If you look at here, type attributes dot options. So now our HTML is ready. We're gonna deploy all together in the end, and we also need to do some changes. This looks good. We don't need to change anything here. Let's quickly go to the JS file. Okay, so now we need to provide the pick list options, because we also need to fetch the pick list options from the Salesforce. So let's say let me go to the definition of pick list. Yes, fields, and we are using the priority. So in the priority we have three values: high, medium and low. So now we need to fetch all these values to assign into the pick list options. So we can directly fetch the pick list options without implementing anything on Apex. LWC has a feature to fetch all the object definition and the pick list values. So let's quickly add those. To get the pick list options, I need to import few things. So first I'm going to import the object API, and then I'm going to import the object info API for picklist values, and then the case object, and then the priority field. So after importing this, I need to do some wire property to get the details. So let's quickly do this. So first I'm going to fetch all the object metadata for case object. Once I got the case object information, then I will fetch the picklist values. So to fetch the picklist values, we have imported the get picklist values object info API, where we need to pass two parameters, which is the record type ID. We can pass the default record type ID through this, the case object metadata data default record type ID, and then the name of the field which we need the values. So I'm passing the priority field because I need all the picklist values from the priority. And then once I got the data, I will assign all the values into the case priority. I also need to define this. Okay, and then once I got the case priority, I'm calling this fetch case because we are not going to use wire anymore. Okay, so we are going to use the fetch case. So once okay, let me summarize. First, we are getting the object information, the case object information. Once we got the case object information, then we are getting the picklist values from the case object for priority field. Once we got the priority field values, we are calling the fetch cases method. The fetch cases method will call our get cases uh, or enabled apex method, which will retrieve all the cases from the SOQL. So once we got the result, I'm assigning this to the cases, but here I need to define the picklist options with all the picklist values. So for that I need to change something here. uh, Options, then I need to iterate over the case priority. This dot case priority, and I'm going to push into this option, and this will be this dot case priority dot label. Value will be the value of this dot case priority value. So in the case priority we will receive three values: high, medium, low, and I'm going to arrange all those values in the array in the form of label and value. So we will gonna display the label, and the value will be, let's say, if anyone wants to change the value, so they can fetch the value and update it into the database. Once this is done, then we need to assign these options into picklist option. So I need to fetch this. So for this I'm going to iterate over result element code. Here I'm going to return, let's say, the complete record, and the additionally is the picklist options. And I have options where I have all the fields in the options, and that's it. Let me just quickly see if I forgot anything. I have prepared the options array. In the options I'm holding all the three values which I am assigning to the picklist options, and then the picklist options will be assigning to the options type attributes dot options, and the type attributes dot options will be assigning to the lightning combo box options. So I think we are all good. Let me quickly see if anything is missing. Yeah, so let's save this and see. Let's see the output. Okay, so this is successfully deployed. Let's deploy the global LWC component. This is also deployed. Let's go back to our screen and refresh. Okay, but I cannot see the pick list. Let's see what is missing. Okay, so now we cannot use this lightning data table anymore because we have created a custom types global. So we will gonna use this. Let me remove this. And we will gonna use this. So the name is custom types global. Custom types global. Okay, let's deploy this. Okay, it's successfully deployed. Let's refresh the page. Okay, so I think some of the component is not deployed correctly. So let's deploy this again. And let's also deploy the whole component again. Let's go back and refresh. Okay, so now you can see we have successfully displayed the pick list, but this is still not working. When I click on this pick list, it's not opening. So this is because we have to implement one more attribute. So just go back to our main LWC file, and in the priority column we also need to include wrap text true, and we are all good. So let's refresh and deploy the page and refresh the screen. So now you can see the pick list is, the options are visible. So if a user wants to change from the priority from high to medium, they can simply change. If I change this to low, if I change this to high, let's say low, let's say medium. So now I can successfully change the pick list values, but this is not done yet. If you want to store this into your database, then again you need to implement the buttons like save, cancel. This was not a part of this video, so that's why I didn't show the saving part, but it's very easy because you already have your data in the cases list. So what you need to do, just implement a new button save, and when you change any of the pick list values, the value will store into your cases list, and then on click on save, you need to call your apex method to save these values into your database. The purpose of this video just to show how you can display a pick list field which is editable for the user. So this is how you can achieve. Just to summarize in the end what I have done so far, I have created a lightning web component where I'm going to display 4 fields, and I have created a custom type which is known as priority picklist. We can give any name, just make sure whatever the name we have given needs to be matched in the other lightning component. So we have added 4 fields, then we are getting the object information, then we are getting the picklist values for the priority. We can also I mean like fetch picklist values for any field, for any object, with the same process. And then finally, once we got the picklist values, we have fetch all the cases in from our aura enabled apex method, where we are retrieving all the case records, and then explicitly I have added all the picklist options into the picklist options field which we have defined in the options. So that's all in this. And then we have created a new lightning web component where we have created a HTML file just to display picklist. I mean like the combo box. The values are coming from the type attributes label value placeholder options, which I have already shown here. The type attributes options value placeholder. I don't want to display any label. So if you see, there is no label here, we only have a global label which is priority. And then after the HTML we have another HTML which is custom types global, which will be blank. There is no use for this. And then we have finally our custom types global JS, where we are first importing the Lightning data table to get all the features available in the data table. And then we have imported our custom picklist HTML. And then we have to create custom types. So we have created custom types. So the definition of creating custom types like this, we have to put the name where we have defined at the time of column. So this priority picklist name should be matched with the type priority picklist. And then we have given template, standard, type attributes. So the same way, if you want to create more custom types, you can do like this, more custom types here. And then you can create n number of custom types. And then finally in the HTML, so instead of calling the Lightning data table, we are calling our custom types global, where we have imported all the features of Lightning data table. So this is how you can implement a picklist inline editing in your Lightning data table. So that's all in this video. If you have any questions, any concerns, you can comment down, and I really hope you like this video. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Thanks, bye bye.